Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective. I am coming to you for the first time on my phone as a live chat. Sitting here by the water, chilling out. It's going to take a second. I'm going to try to get some of this headroom fixed here because, first time and all.
Yeah, commercial.
I got a commercial. That's funny. Why can't I get this to tip backwards? Because it's only going to go side to side. Wait a minute. No, I'm just, bear with me. Hello, I think Effie, yep, how you doing? I'm going to do it this way. We're going to raise it up so I can get a little bit better headroom because, I don't want to be looking over the top. Can't read this chat from this far away. But the wife is sitting side saddle over there, so she's going to see if she can catch what you guys have to say. I was going to go live with Pete, and I just realized that we were at a point where needed to get out for a few minutes. So we decided to get out. We are sitting here by our little local river. And as a matter of fact, I imagine if I turn it just a little bit more, that you guys will be able to see where it is that we're sitting. So, anywho, as you can tell, people around here have decided that that's about enough. We're done with the whole lockdown thing. I hope that more people are too. We have chosen, Lisa and me have chosen to come over to a spot that we like to sit up at when we bring our kayaks out. And it's a nice quiet area. Not very many people travel through here, and when they do, they usually leave trash, so we come back here and clean it up and take it out of here with us. But people are pigs. It's really disgusting. But anyway, are you guys hearing me okay? Everything's good? Sound quality sounds all right and stuff? Because this, like I say, it's the first time trying to do this with my phone. So it's kind of curious to see what quality I get. I should have come on here and said I got myself a new green screen and then reach up and grab the water. I was thinking about doing that, but figured it'd be pretty obvious that it isn't a green screen this time. Getting a wake slapping on the beach here from the people going by on the ski-doos, jet skis, whatever they call them now. But anyway, when I was talking to Pete earlier, I was trying to decide what I wanted to discuss today, and I realized that my brain is scattered at this point because I've been doing so much research in so many different directions that I've kind of reached a proverbial brick wall, so to speak. And what I missed?
He said he wished he was there.
Well, you can be here in spirit. Anyway, so I told Pete I wasn't going to do a regular show today, and he agreed. Sometimes you just got to get away from it. But I did decide that I wanted to try this live over here by the water, because when I'm by the water, I can relax, I can think. Got the wife over here sitting with me, so all the best things on the planet. And it makes it easier to put thoughts together. One of those being, I've been paying a lot of attention to the daily briefings with the president and this COVID response team, and I've noticed some small things. And as you guys know, I pay attention to little things. I caught the president probably about 3 or 4 days ago saying that it has been his honor to have served as president. And I noticed the past tense that he used in his to have served as their president. Well, I got thinking about that, and I realized that if you've been noticing, there hasn't been a presidential seal on the podium a lot of times when the president's speaking. And one of the interesting things about that is that seal is that's a corporate seal. That's a logo for the corporation of the USA. And what I'm thinking is that the president, because of the way things are done, he's consumed the Federal Reserve under the National Treasury, which was a good thing. And then he's been doing things under presidential powers, and the nationwide state of emergency declared. There's a lot of little things going on, and what it looks like to me is it looks like somebody who is dissolving a corporation. And when the president was hired to be the president, he was hired to be a CEO of a corporation, because we haven't had a country, a republic, since before 1871. In 1871 is when they changed the Constitution, and we became a corporation under the rule of the Queen, so to speak, and using maritime law as opposed to constitutional law. But what I'm seeing, I've been studying the Nessera Gessera things and talking about the Jubilee and the relief of debt, restructuring of the finances. Yeah, wish we had our boat out. Everything's looking like somebody dissolving a corporation anyway.
They just really want to know, is
Trump giving back what?
giving U.S. our country back?
Yes, I believe he is. But here's the thing. I believe that what happened was, when he was hired as a president, he was hired as the president of the USA Incorporated. He was brought on as another CEO, just like all the other presidents since 1871. But this CEO basically came in with enough money that the corporation couldn't bribe him into doing certain things, and he's in a position where he's been able to stay separated from the corporate underlords that try to manipulate how things are done. But what I'm getting at here is that it just kind of feels like somebody was brought on as a CEO and then did a hostile takeover of the corporation. Once he got a hold of the corporation as a owner, for a better word, then he has dissolved the corporation, or working on dissolving the corporation. And if you just listen to the things he said and you look at the structure, how things are being done right now, we're getting ready for the biggest reset in human history. And it's not going to be a U.S. reset. It's going to be a global reset, but it's going to be led by the U.S. because we're going to be returned back to pre-1871 Constitution. We are going to be getting rid of basically the elected officials and hold a new special election within 120 days of a declaration of Nessera. And for those who don't know what Nessera is, it is a financial reset. It's a global reset. There's a World Bank that has existed for millennia. And
Reverend Jack says, sign up for your state assembly. Look up the nationalassembly.net.
Okay, sign up for your state assembly. Look up the nationalassembly.net. Okay, probably a good idea. It wouldn't hurt to be a part of the system. But Nessera is a complete global reset based on a World Bank that has had money being deposited into it since, 4,000 years ago. And we were going to have the Nessera engaged in September of 2000 on the 12th. And I think you guys might remember something that happened, or on the 2nd rather. We were going to have it on the 2nd. I don't remember. What the hell was it? It was the 12th. Yes, Nessera was going to be activated on the 12th. The domestic funds that were going to be used to redistribute the wealth among the people just happened to be in Building 7. You know, that building that seemed to drop all by itself with no contact from the outside, and a bunch of excuses as to why it happened, and even a declaration that it happened about 20 minutes before it actually fell. But that was the biggest theft that was ever been perpetrated on humanity, was stealing that money that was going to be redistributed amongst the people under the Nessera.
Tiger's got a question.
Northern Tiger, what up?
So you are saying Trump is no more president legitimately?
No. He is no longer the CEO of the corporation. He has dissolved the corporation, or is in the process of dissolving the corporation. And when the corporation has been completely dissolved and is ready for a restructure, the president will have an offer made to him that if he wants to continue to be the president of the new republic, because we are going to go back to being a republic instead of a democracy with majority rule. So, no, he is still a CEO of the corporation, but he has done equivalency to a hostile takeover of the corporation, and now he is going to dissolve the corporation, close it down. And once it's closed down, then he can be reinstated as the president of the new republic. So I think the last one was, well, can't even think. But it's been a long time. I'd have to look it up. I'm not out here with my computer, of course, so I can't look up stuff. But the one that slid in there for Lincoln to help get the World Bank's foothold a little bit better and to make deals with the Queen.
That's what Kennedy was trying to do.
No, Kennedy was going to dissolve the Fed and close down the CIA, which is basically what President Trump has done. He has absorbed the Fed into the National Treasury, which is one of the biggest steps towards dissolving a corporation.
Has anybody heard anything about the Constitution Convention?
The Convention of States, I haven't heard any success on that yet, but here's the thing. Under the post-1871 Constitution, there was almost no leg to stand on. The problem is they did the Convention of States. They got the 38 or 39 states to come on board with it, which was what the requirement is. But then it was presented to Congress for acceptance. And there's where the problem is. They're allowed to make their own rules, they're allowed to give their own raises, and they're allowed to decide if they're going to be questioned by the public or not. And that's because they work on a different constitution. They work on a corporation level with corporate rules. They make the rules, and you have to follow them under the guidelines of their corporation. Huh?
Rebel Jacks talked about the gold fringe, and
that'll be gone too.
Zombie Dumpster is saying, so is this a good thing or a bad thing? Explain.
It's actually a good thing. We were not meant to be enslaved by a government. There's going to be some bumps in the road because there's a lot of people that have been implanted in different areas that are not friendly. Their goal is basically part of the satanic cabal, the child killers, and all this other stuff. Huh?
How bad is it going to be?
Well, I would have to say that every major change is going to have some glitches. But this NESARA was actually signed into law in 2000 by Clinton. And it's a worldwide thing. There's GESARA, which is global, and NESARA, which is national. And the national one was actually signed into law and then buried. And everybody that is familiar with it or has been introduced to NESARA has been put under a gag order. Because the cabal doesn't want this. They don't want to give up their power. They don't want to give up all their slaves, which are we the people. So we have to be ready for some glitches. But, you know, if you're getting ready for a major change that's going to be global, then you just going to have to be a little prepared for the possibility of strange and unusual things happening. But you also have to understand that at the other end of this thing, you're never going to have to pay a property tax again. You will only be charged a sales tax, approximately 17%, on any new item. So no more taxing your car every year. No more going to the thrift shop and having to pay sales tax on things that people donate. No more of that crap. You'll have one tax, and everybody will have the same access to the monetary fund that has existed for ages. And when humanity was brought into existence, by God, we were brought to the earth to have plenty. The earth is capable of supporting all of humanity and then some. It's not God who has put the restrictions on our success. It's the cabal. It's the deepest, darkest controlling entities of the globe, and probably going back to extraterrestrial type of stuff. But we are supposed to be a free people with no sorrow, no misery. We're supposed to have 1,000 years of peace, prosperity, and success. So when Nasera is activated, you will get peace, prosperity, and success. But there are still a few things that have to be done before that can happen.
Zombie says, so this already started or when?
It's already started. The problem is that I think that the powers that be, and I don't know who they are yet, but I believe that Clinton was given an ultimatum in order to sign the Nessera Act. I don't think that he was doing it as a friendly, happy guy looking to take care of the people, because they've proven that they don't have an interest in taking care of the people. They want to take care of themselves. They want to sacrifice for Moloch. They want to do all these worshiping things, and somebody who cares about humanity doesn't do that. Here, where'd you put yours? Right there. Okay. Yeah, we got 2 bags of trash we got to take out of here with us. Ugh, people are just pigs. But anyway, so changes are coming. Significant changes are coming, and it has started. Until now, until the president decided to start moving this forward. I think this has been planned since the 90s. I think that John and President Trump worked on this for a very long time with the powers that be. Again, I don't know who they are, but there are some seriously powerful entities that are out here working in the favor of humanity. And there are also very powerful entities that are working against humanity. We are at war, as the president says, with a hidden enemy. So when we can get rid of the hidden enemy and take apart their superstructure that they use for their support and their protection, then the transition will start to become smooth. Until that time, there's gonna be some bumps. And I would say, just from my personal opinion, that this event that we're going through right now, this global event, I believe was going to be, or is, the last hurrah of the deep state, the world cabal. I think that they were hoping to have some more success out of it, maybe get mail-in ballots so they can keep their people in power.
Freedom needs to show your links.
Needs to what?
Your links aren't coming up.
Oh.
Freedom's the only one on.
Okay, I don't know if I'm on the phone. I don't know how it works, if you can share links or not.
He can.
But if you can, if you wouldn't mind, please. I'm gonna have all my links under the video when I get home. I'll do it. But if you can join over there at my D Live, it's under DVP on D Live. Very simple. Go ahead and hit me with a follow over there because, like Pete and American Joe and many of us have been saying, our time is short on YouTube. It's coming, and that's part of this too. When the cabal realizes that this event is not doing what they wanted it to do, then you can expect the president's social media accounts to quit working mysteriously, of course. But you can expect things like more twin foxtrots going on. So, yeah, we need to be out on a boat. I get distracted. People are friendly. Everybody's just getting the hell out. When we came back in here, we came to our basically our city park.
DM sharing your stuff.
DM, thank you very much for sharing my stuff. Thank you. We came to our city park and we walked back here to where we like to come with our kayaks after we launch. And I noticed that this place is packed. A lot of people just deciding that, yep, this has been fun. We appreciate it. We got our T-shirt and whatever, but we think we're done. And I just, yeah, it's always been active, but it was pretty quiet for a little while because until people realized how much of a duping we were getting, they went ahead and did what they felt they needed to do to stay safe. And boy, I'm going to tell you, people have been duped. But I think you guys might have heard also that the Bill Gates and World Health Organization and a few other key affiliates were all hacked and their emails were dumped. And there's been some people going through these emails and finding some not so friendly things about this little event that they've done, with the sniffles. That it is nefarious, that it is created, and that it was released, without a doubt kind of information. So when that comes out, more people are going to be awake, more people are going to be pissed, and, the quiet riots that are going on, so to speak, these little walking protests are likely going to become a little less quiet. Because this has been so incredibly destructive to our entire world. And that was the goal. The cabal needed their last gas, and they needed it soon because they were losing. And they're finding out they're still losing because the digital army is out here exposing them as fast as they do things, which is going back to the reason to stick with D-Live. Hold on a second. Northern Tigers, the constitutional laws stay in place and Trump would be in full control. Dictatorship regime. No, not a dictatorship. A republic. He would be the head of the republic, but we would go back to the real separations of government. The entire justice system would have to be revamped to go back under constitutional law as opposed to this maritime crap where they had the fringe around the flag and the British accreditation registry for the bar exam. All that's going to be gone. They're going to have to retrain judges to deal with constitutional law. So, no, he will not be a dictator. He will be the head of the U.S. Republic, the Republic of America. Anyway, so again, when the cabal realizes that they have lost this thing, looks like I got another question. I can't read it from this far back, but anyway, when they realize that they've lost, you're going to expect more false flags. And Benny, how you doing, brother? Iran launching rockets with a satellite. Did you hear about Iran launching rockets with a satellite? No, I didn't, but I did hear that they're a presidential decree has been given out to the Navy, Department of the Navy, and said that if they are accosted by boats at sea, harassed by gunboats, then they are to destroy them. That used to be how our military worked. If you approached a U.S. military warship at sea with anything that even slightly resembled hostile intent, you were sent to the bottom. And that's the way it was for many, many years. And now all of a sudden, I guess Obama changed that. I don't know. But all of a sudden you have these different rules of engagement. So these guys can get right up against a ship, and by the time you would realize that their intent is no good, you could already be in trouble. So yeah, there used to be rules in place, and now they're coming back. But anywho, back, well, drop it like it's got in the house. Appreciate you, man. I can't see my chat. I'm sitting 5 feet away from my phone, so there's at least something to look at besides this tired, old-looking face. Blue, Russian private military contractor Wagner was accused by Libya's interior minister on Wednesday of carrying out a chemical attack in Libya. Well, yeah, I haven't heard about that. But anyway, make sure you get over to D-Live. I got to finish that statement because, you know, when they decide that they're losing, you're going to get more twin Fs. You're going to get more conservative media that will be disposed of. Social media, the conservative sites, the constitutional sites, they're going to be gone because they're going to desperately try to keep their narrative alive.
Mama B. File.
Huh?
File.
File what?
Mama B.
I don't see it. Where am I looking? Oh, Mama B, treason, 32 counts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and much more.
No, she posted the file numbers.
I don't see it. Maybe I didn't go up enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other. The small print, even with bifocals, 13 listed, 42 counts on top of that. What is that, Mama B? What are you describing there? Because I'm just not sure. Was this something that happened today? And if so, that would be cool. Sam, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Dangerous Freedom, appreciate you being here. DM, always glad. Mama B, can't post it. Erases. Okay.
She's not
All right. Well, I got to mod her, get some other mods in here so they can post links, because we already have the kill team in order to get rid of racists that might come on here and try something stupid. But I need some people to be able to post links when they have them. How come I don't have a fishing pole? Just didn't want to have to think about anything but just sitting by the water, clearing my mind and being able to express some of my thoughts across, which I still sound a little scattered, but I've been so overwhelmed by so many different directions trying to get as much information as I can, because things are happening all over the world. Things are happening domestically. It's all the nucleus of this whole thing is going to be the Nessara Jessera, followed by a Jubilee. So when you are trying to find out when that's coming, you have to look in so many different directions.
Sam, Mama B, file number.
File number 2620 with South Carolina. Okay. Mama B, when I get home, I'll look at that and see if I can find something on that, because it sounds interesting. All right. First 4 pages of documents on my page. Okay. Well, I'll jump over to your page and take a look. As a matter of fact, DM, if you don't mind, throw Mama B's link up for me, please. And if you folks want to go over to Mama B's page and check out what she found, that would be the best way to do it. You know, give credit where credit is due. If you've done the work, you need to get the views. So please do that. 87 pages. Is that what I just posted the other night?
No, because
That was it was California, and it was a request for trial by judge for basically a whole list of people from the cabal. Okay. Fun fact: facial recognition works best at 6 feet apart. Yeah, that isn't that interesting. Dangerous freedom. Yeah, 6 feet apart just happens to be that magical number. Except now they're trying to say stay 13 feet apart. So, you know, you got to get that 13 in there. Plus, you know, you always got to get the 33 in there. You got to get those code numbers. 444, but they'll get to it. Pretty soon it'll be 33 feet apart, except that's how many deaths are in every country all of a sudden. There's 33 new deaths in this country, 33 new deaths in this country. This brings the country up to 33. You guys can see all the code. I don't have to point everything out. You guys are smarter than that. But anyway, I don't want to dazzle you with all of my babbling, but I think that I've given enough information for you guys to look up Nessera and Jessera so that you can really understand it. Weekend Warrior is a YouTube page that just did a Nessera, Jessera, and it's fascinating. You guys should go check that out. And it's Weekend Warrior. A lot of reading.
Just posted it.
You just...
California.
Oh, okay. That works. Yeah, take me with you. All right, folks. I don't even know how long I've been on. How long? What time is it? You know time?
Been on for 20 minutes.
Huh?
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't have to do an hour. But anything you guys want to talk about, if you do, then just hit me up real quick before I end this stream. And then if you have any questions about whatever I've just brought up, you know, I'll try to answer what I can. Northern Tiger, I just want to make sure that you see that I wanted to mean not a dictator. I feel that of my mistake. No. Okay. Yeah, cool. No, that's fine. We misprint stuff all the time. He will be a approved leader by the vote of the people, like it was originally meant to be. Dangerous Freedom says, "Hey Lisa, right after you gave the phone to me." So, Alex, will we see balkanization? I don't know. I don't know. We just have to kind of see what Cyrus Parsa. Yeah, I did a video on that 2 nights ago. It was a late night video, and Mama B, I put that up there about that case. What it looks like is it looks like a civil case, but that's fine. It's not a federal case brought against these people, so it means it's not a federal indictment. But the good thing about a civil case is that there's still the thing called the discovery phase. And in discovery, that's when things have to be brought forward. Paperwork has to be submitted before the judge. You get a lot of things exposed. And through a civil case, you can actually introduce criminal activity that can be pursued immediately. They don't even have to wait until the civil case is over. We need to continue to decrease the growth rate of global population. The planet can't support many more people. Nina Fedorov, T. Clinton advisor. Yeah. Well, the entire population of the Earth right now could fit in Texas with elbow room. So that tells you something. It's mostly a game. What's your take on gas being below $0? I think that $1.67 it was at negative $30 a barrel, I think, yesterday. I think it went all the way up to like negative $44. So it means that they were having to pay people to take oil away because they had nowhere to put it. I believe that this is all part of bankrupting the Fed. Here's the thing. if you want to take out the Federal Reserve, but you don't want to be the bad guy for doing it, you need to make sure that the Federal Reserve goes bankrupt on their own, trying to support all of their legs around the world. So the oil going down, you got to realize that the only thing that's holding up the U.S. dollar right now is the petrodollar, which means oil trade. And if you can collapse the oil trade, then that also means you can eliminate another leg that the Federal Reserve uses to stand on. 225 here today. Damn. We're at 255 here, but
No, we're at
$1.55.
$1.67.
Okay, so we're creeping down here, but yeah. So dissolve the petrodollar is what I'm getting at. That is one of the last legs that they have to stand on. They're already going to be bankrupt within 7 months trying to support the interest that has been dumped on them by the National Treasury. So if they last 7 months, I'll be impressed. They might be able to squeeze a few more months out of it, but you can bet that probably within the first 6 months of the next term with President Trump, that the Federal Reserve will have collapsed under its own weight. And then they will look like the bad guy, and the president will look like the good guy when he activates the National Treasury. And the other thing is, Weekend Warrior put up a video talking about the NES era and the JES era, but he also put up pictures of our new currency that's being produced on a Indian reservation. And here's a little funny side note about the U.S. corporation. We don't have domestic sovereign land because we are part of corporate assets. But guess what? American Indians still have sovereign land because they were never absorbed into the corporation. They are completely independent. So that means every Indian reservation is sovereign American land. And that means that they can produce the currency for the Treasury, and there's nothing the Federal Reserve can do about it. But the new currency looks really, really cool. I mean, I tell you, you're going to have to get over there and take a look. I would definitely like holding that stuff. No more of this all-seeing eye crap. No more owls hidden in the corners, and no more of the Satanist bullshit that they try to shove up our ass every single day. All that's gone. It's just beautiful currencies, but you got to check it out. Well, let's see. Okay, Mama B's link is up, folks. So please jump over there, take a look at what she's got, and help her out, get her some views, get her some subs. Conservative Patriot, how you doing? Gloves are off when President Trump gets reelected. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a fight to the finish, though, because the left is already working on their ways to steal the election. So we got to keep that in mind too. Alien peeking around the pyramid. Yeah, all that kind of bullshit. No offense, but didn't see anything on her page recently. Okay. Did you open up videos? Or you got to know? Don't know if we need to look under the community section or what. So, Benny, I appreciate you too, brother. Yeah, I'm glad I'm able to do it. I had a friend of mine that I grew up with was asking if he called me last night, was asking if I would be all right with him posting stuff that I bring out, and I asked him what is he capable of in the way of defense, and he said nothing. And I explained to him that some of what I put out puts a significant target right on the middle of my ass, and there's always an element of danger in going against entities like the CIA and the cabal, but I am fairly skilled in self-defense. So unless it's something that I never hear coming from a distance, I'm not aware of, that drops me like a rock, then otherwise I think I can take care of myself. But yeah, some of this stuff that I put out gets pretty risky, but I do it because I gotta. But if anybody else does this kind of thing, then I would hope that they are completely aware of the risks that are involved and the people that we're up against, and take that into mind before you would start trying to do the same thing. But tomorrow is 4 weeks. What did we do 4 weeks ago? I find out tomorrow if I can return to work. Oh, that would be good. President Trump has been through hell the last 3 years, and now it's his turn to investigate the deep state players and Russia collusion hoax. I agree totally. Obama with Big Mike. Has everyone forgotten Big Mike is a man? Nope, none of us have forgotten. Just pisses me off every time Mama Johnson jumps out of his crotch. I realize that she's got a bigger package than I do, and that just pisses me off. But, you know, what can you do? Anyway, my son's girlfriend, too. They're hoping it's going to reopen the state soon. Yeah, I hope so, too. 99 cents a gallon. Damn, the Vader Zan. Right on. Let's hope these governors listen to we the people. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. They've got to listen to us. Yeah, it's like a beach out here with all these boats going by. But, all right, folks. I think that is probably enough out of me. I just wanted to sit here by the water and let you guys hear some of my scattered thoughts and see what you think of it. I don't know. 38 people chilling out with me, so that's cool. But anyway, I'll get my links under this video when I get home, and I'll obviously change the thumbnail because it snuck up on me and gave me an up my nose shot, so I'll fix that. But when I get home, I'll take care of all that stuff. And again, if you haven't followed me on DLive, please take a minute and follow. There's a DLive drive coming up next Monday. RRC, Pete the Patriot, and myself are kicking this thing off, and we're going to try to move people to DLive en masse so that we can start getting a conservative location for the real truth to come out without being censored and threatened and all this other stuff that goes along with it. So be watching for that. Oh yeah, Dangerous Freedom has this show on Saturday night. You guys come by and check that out. It's just it's a shoot the shit kind of show, and it's cool. Everybody gets their things off their chests that are bugging them from the week. So it's a good format, good show. Check that out. All right. With that being said, I got to see if I can move my legs. Ugh. What? Zombie's got a question. Oh, let's see here. Oh, God, having a bad back sucks ass. Oh, let's see where to go. Zombie, did anyone see the post, the first test being contaminated with virus? Yes, yeah. They, that's why the president didn't allow those tests to be used. So he made his own testing, if you remember that too. About an ad against Nazi Pelosi. It's called "Let Them Eat Their Ice Cream." Yeah, I've seen that. That was a pretty good one. But she is such a kinkamea bitch. I mean, that's just the way it is. But anyhow, let me get this thing.
It's been over 30 minutes.
Yep. Well, it's been a little longer than that, I think. Oh, come on, let go. All right. Now, up the nose shot. Make sure you count my nose here. See if I can figure out how to turn this puppy off. Bear with me. All right. Well, let's see here. Okay, I think I just hit the X button. But anyway, you guys have a good day. Hit my links when you get a chance. Tell your friends about me. And until next time, y'all, stay in the fight. And I'm trying to turn it off.